Have you ever been told as a child to get your head out of the clouds, or come back to earth, or stop building castles in the air? Or have you told your child this? I know I have been told this several times growing up because my mind was always wandering. Is it a bad thing for the mind to wander? What is wandering, by the way? The wandering we'll be looking at here in this video means to move slowly from a fixed point or place. To move slowly from a fixed point or place. So is it a bad thing for your mind to move, or is your mind meant to be stagnated and stay in one place? Hopefully by the end of this video, we'll be able to see whether mind wandering can be beneficial to a child. It was James Allen who said the mind is the master power that molds and makes, and with our minds we either bring 1,000 joys or 1,000 ills into our lives, and our environment is only a looking glass. It is the mind that makes or mar a human being. It is with that mind. As long as you have brain activity, your mind is working. Your mind has the power to make or mar you. Whatever reality you're facing, your mind is what you use to create that reality. The mind is a very powerful machine. In fact, the mind is the most powerful force in the world. And then our thought energies are very powerful. You know that thought is energy. The thoughts we think are very powerful. They have the ability to create. That is why man is called a creator, made in the creator's image. That's the one God who made man. So we are creators. And that mind power is what distinguishes us from other animals. So with our minds, we have the power to create anything we wish to see. And when a child's mind begins to wander, that's the normal thing for a child. If not at that age, what else can a child do? What else? Because in the life of a human being, from 0 to 7 years old, it's almost like a blank paper with nothing written on it. So it is the people around that child, environment, and experiences that constitute the writing on that blank piece of paper. At that stage, the child is in a permanent hypnotic state. That is, the child is in theta mode. So the child is very relaxed and very open to suggestion. The child's brain did not come with programs already in it. As we come into this world, we don't come with programs already in our brain. It is as we grow, as we interact with other human beings, that they begin to write programs in our brain. So the theta brain wave is a hypnotic state. So at that stage, the child is like a sponge absorbing everything. And the mind is at its most creative state. That is the most creative state that a human mind can be in. The beta brainwave is when a human being is conscious and awake. And that is not a creative state. Because at that stage, your mind is very analytical, trying to grapple a lot of things, and there's so much noise going on in your mind. But that's for an adult. But in the morning, early morning, when we wake up, or at night, just before you go to bed, your brain moves from, for example, in the night, it moves from that active state, the beta, to the alpha. Alpha is a relaxed state. That's like the beginning of being drowsy. And then to theta, and before you enter delta, that's when you enter that deep sleep state, that restorative sleep state. And when we wake up in the morning, it's the same thing. We're coming out of delta and then to theta, to alpha, before we fully enter into beta. So between alpha and theta, those are the most creative points in a human being's life. But for a child, their own brain is permanently in that state. And like I said, since it's the most creative state, that's why a child, you remember those plays that you used to do when you were a child? You just fetch sand, or you'll be talking to nobody, and then you can create a conversation. Only you play. For example, if a child is playing alone, that child can play the role of a father, a mother, a child, and another person again. That child will mix sand with water and call it food, and pretend that it is the most delicious food he or she has ever tasted, because their brain wave is in that very creative state. So that mind wandering helps them to paint pictures, to develop blueprints of what they want to see in their lives in future. It's like they're building the future in their minds. Every human being does that. Even adults, we build first in our minds before we translate it into reality. Since mind activity is a must, as long as we're alive, the mind cannot be static in one place. It has to move. Now the question is, move in which direction? You can help guide the child's mind in a positive direction, in a beneficial direction. How can you do that? First of all, guide them into clear and precise thinking, not thinking vaguely, so that when they use their minds, they know exactly what they want out of life, right down to the minutest details. Let them not just be vague about their desires, their thoughts. Growing up, I can tell you this from experience, because growing up, for the longest time, I didn't know what I want to become in life. I didn't know what I want. I didn't have direction. I didn't know better. I was not guided. So guide your child's mind right down to the littlest details, because you are there already, or you've been there. Based on your experience, you know the importance of being very clear and detailed about what we want out of life. And that can be the deciding factor as to whether you get that thing you want or not. When you're vague, you're not giving your mind anything to work with. So it cannot create for you anything. So you get nothing out of life at the end of the day. Don't leave your child to just keep trying different things, keep beating about the bush. Guide them. Don't tell them what to think about, but guide them. Secondly, encourage them to journal their thoughts and their dreams. It's very important. Journaling is a very powerful tool that we have as human beings. We have that ability to journal. It is for our benefit. Help your child to learn how to journal from this stage. As long as they can read and write, let them write their thoughts. You don't have to write plenty things. It doesn't have to be up to a page. It can even be one sentence, but let them do it consistently. It will really help to give them clarity, to gather their thoughts. It will really give their life a sense of direction. Also, help them to build faith. I tell you, they need faith for the crazy dreams they have in their hearts. There are a lot of big dreams, I'm sure. Like I hear when my kids talk about their dreams. You need faith for big dreams. Big dreams are not just achieved automatically, or they don't just fall from the sky. You need faith because there will be trying times. There will be times that it will look as if it is impossible. Only faith can help carry them on that journey. So help them to build that faith. Also, encourage them to learn age-appropriate skills. There are many age-appropriate skills that a child can learn, which may or may not be directly related to their dreams or what they want in life. So encourage them to learn age-appropriate skills, which may or may not be directly linked to their dreams. For example, there is a new football academy near my house, which I want to enroll my kids into. There they can learn discipline. They can learn communication skills. They can learn how to relate with people. They can learn teamwork. So there are many things that children can learn from one or two skills that doesn't look as if it's ordinarily related to their dreams. As long as it is appropriate for their age, let them learn it. Again, tell them about your dreams. 2, tell them. I tell you, that encourages a child more than anything to hear that the adult he or she admires and look up to also has dreams. Whether you have achieved your dreams or not, tell them about it. Even if you've not, it will really encourage them. And who knows, maybe by talking about it with that young person, you can begin to feel motivated to go back to it and continue from wherever you left it off. Talk about your dreams with them. You can be each other's accountability partner. Talk about your dreams with them. Let them share theirs with you so that later on, if they deviate and they are finding joy in whatever they're doing, fine. But if not, then you can help remind them. Growing up, when you were not motivated by money or pressure or other things, this was your dream. What happened? What happened to you? At least that will make them to really think about it. Myron Golden always says that our dreams are the vehicle that take us to our destiny. So most times the dream a child has is at that young age is mostly tied to his or her purpose. So when they grow up and they throw it away, you most times find the child just struggling, not being able to find joy or fulfillment in what they're doing. So talk about those dreams with them and be each other's accountability partner. Lastly, there are many other things you can do, but for the purpose of this video, pray with them and pray for them. Encourage them to pray about their dreams, the thoughts in their hearts, whatever they're thinking, whatever thoughts they have, let them pray about them. Teach them to pray and pray for them. Romans 12 says that do not be conformed by the patterns of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. So everything starts from the mind. If we do not teach them to discipline their thoughts, I tell you, they may find it very difficult when they become adults. Based on my experiences with my kids, what we're doing, what I'm learning, that's why I decide to share this video. It may encourage someone. It doesn't matter whether that child is yours or not. If there is a child that is looking up to you, please encourage them. Don't stop them from using their minds. Encourage them. Show them the right way to do it. And pray for them. They will not miss it. With the proper guidance, they will not miss it. So encourage that child to use his or her mind to build their lives. If you found this video helpful, click on the like button and subscribe for more videos like this on personal growth and well-being. See you in the next video.